and welcome back to the Chronic Corner. I'm Lauren, and this episode is all about the top 10 ways that you can help support someone who has chronic illness. Now, as someone with dysautonomia myself, I can tell you that these definitely hit home for me, and I think a lot of people don't know what to do for you when you have a chronic illness of any kind. So we wanted to make a quick video to go over kind of the top ones that are really helpful for us when you are in that situation. So number one, ask how we're doing and listen. Even if it's not good, even if, we're in kind of a bad mind space, to give us a chance to just be honest with you and explain how it is. You don't need to try to make us feel better or anything, but just listen to us. And number two is don't try to fix it, to let us vent. Sometimes we just need someone who can sit there, support us, and just listen to us, because sometimes you just have to get it off your chest and get it out, because it's something that you're living with and it can be really hard to deal with and not talk about. Number three is to have them check in on you. I know it means a lot to me, like if you haven't heard from someone in a while with a chronic illness, just to check in on them and say, how are you doing? Of course, the answer is not going to be good, fine, or okay, or whatever. And if it is, maybe try to dig a little deeper to let them know that you really do care and want to know, like, how they're really honestly doing, not just a surface level check-in. The next one is that, to try to be understanding if we have to cancel plans last minute. We can't control how our body is going to feel at the time of whatever event, party, lunch, whatever that we were invited to. And as frustrating as it may be for you that we cancel all the time, I can guarantee you is 10 times more frustrating for us. But the next one is to invite us anyway. I know it is a huge deal for me to still be included and invited in things, to know that I can, if I do feel good enough to go, I can still go to these things. It is very hard mentally to deal with, knowing that you physically aren't going to know how you're going to feel 1 minute to the next, and knowing how much you want to go to these events and to see people. But sometimes your body has other plans, and we kind of have to just roll with the punches when it comes to that. The next one is just to try to think of ways to get us out of the house, especially when we're flaring up and are really not feeling good. It can be really bad for us mentally. So to try to get us out of the house, to go for a short walk, to sit outside, even if you don't walk anywhere, to sit in the car and drive us around on a nice day, honestly, it makes a world of difference. Thankfully, I have some really great people in my life, especially my mom, who will make sure that if I haven't left the house in a couple days due to my health, that she gets me out just to get some fresh air and some vitamin D and some sunlight, because it makes a world of difference. The next one is to educate. And by this, I mean to learn as much about our illness as you can. It means a lot to us when we have people in our lives who know about our illness, so that we don't feel like we have to explain 10 times everything we're going through. To have someone who really understands it and took the time to look it up means so much to us. The next one is to help us celebrate little victories. So, it can be hard to have any kind of big victory when you're chronically ill. So little things like, oh my gosh, I walked, a certain distance today that I didn't think I'd be able to, or I was able to clean the kitchen and do the laundry today, or I was able to go to the grocery store. Or even just, I found a doctor that listens to me and treats me well. These little things when you're chronically ill means a lot. And it takes those little victories to keep you going and to keep you positive, because you need to have hope for something when you are that sick. And the next one is to offer to go to an appointment, a doctor's appointment with a chronically ill friend. It's hard when you don't know much about the person or the condition, but even just to show that you're there for them is also a really big deal when you're chronically ill. To be able to say that you have someone who will help you advocate, or even just go to appointments and sit with you in the waiting room, it's such a stressful thing to deal with anyway. So to have someone there, it is really, really helpful. And the last one is to offer to help cook or clean for this person. Now, when you're chronically ill, again, your energy can be limited. You can have a lot of chronic pain or a slew of other symptoms, as we all know. But things like chores, cooking, cleaning, laundry, changing the sheets, as we all know, they are really, really hard to do when you're chronically ill, especially when you're in a flare. So to have someone offer to come over and assist with those things is incredibly helpful. If you have some ways that you think people can support chronically ill patients, but we didn't mention them in this video, we would love to see them in the comments below and to hear from you all. And for more things dysautonomia, visit Dinet.org. Thank you so much for watching.